I'm glad to be here this morning with Tony Johansson from Prologis, and this is one of your newly completed warehouses. Tell me about what's unique and who would be the best tenants for these premises?
Yeah, when we do buildings, the main thing is always locations, and then the next thing is like flexibility and sustainability. It's our like three cornerstones of what we build. And with this building, we pushed sustainability and flexibility more than we have ever done in the Nordics. And that kind of boils down on like preparedness for the future in terms of the floor that we have. It's prepared for robotics. It's really nice. It's a jointless floor. We have column-free mezzanine, which allows for more flexibility when you actually install stuff.
It looks great.
It looks great. We are super proud of it. Super proud of it. But also like sustainability features, like we have flowers. It's a super insulated building, like above 40% more than regulations. We have like all.
And that was
features.
a decision by Prologis to increase it that much.
It was. We're actually optimizing that step by step, and for us, like it's super important that a tenant will love to be in this space for the next coming 20 years and not just today.
And explain to me, why is it important that the mezzanine has no columns or that the floor has no joints?
Yeah, everything boils down to the flexibility. For example, the mezzanine is like when you get rid of all the columns, you have more room to install stuff. You have nothing to hit with the forklift, which is a common accident in buildings. So it gives more flexibility, and it fits more a broader scope of tenants would actually utilize this space different. And the floor, of course, since this is built not just for the first tenant, but maybe a second, third, fourth tenant during our ownership of the building. The floor is super important because the first tenant may use traditional racking, but the next one use robots. And then you need to have a great floor. Many times you talk about the warehouse, it's 80% floor and roof, and the rest is nice features.
And what would you say, who would be the ideal next tenant here?
It's a good question. Like when you talk about warehouse, the type of logistic tenants you get first in mind, it's so much more than that. Like for example, in Sweden, I guess that like half of our tenants are not as traditional logistic tenants. So with the flexibility that a building like this has, you can fit more or less all type of companies, like production, like logistics. You can have automations. You can have more or less everything in this. This is a great shed or shell to kind of start off with and do your things within.
And what do you like most about Prologis?
The amazing thing with Prologis is that we are quite local driven on decision making, but we have like this huge global influences and experience and knowledge across the board.
And what's new in developing logistics centers and warehouses?
Our clients and tenants and investors their focus on sustainability has increased rapidly the last years. We have always found it near and dear to our heart, but it's like now everything is catching up. So much more influences of cutting carbon, making it flexible, future-proofing, have renewable energy and all those kind of things. And we're meeting also that the tenants in our buildings expect more from us than just four walls and a roof. So we're providing through an essential program that we have, that we can provide racking, forklifts, and really help our tenants with all of their operations, which is a really cool and amazing opportunity with our scale.
How has PrīmX added value to your projects?
Yeah, we've done a lot of floors with PrīmX in the Nordics especially. And the great part with it is that, of course, before it's getting cool, we actually got rid of a lot of carbon by reducing and optimizing the slabs. It also performs very well. We like the aftermarket quite a lot as well, since we are more or less forever owners of our buildings. That is an important feature of it as well.
Why is a seamless floor important if you want to go up? Does it make a difference?
It does. Mainly, of course, the capacity of the slab makes a difference. And it's actually 12.2, which for me is an important feature. But
size matters.
Yeah, size matters. To some extent, size matters, for sure. Now, but the performance of the slab getting more and more important the higher you go, because you get more options to load it. You get higher loads. You get like slightly tilting on the slab, influence more on the top and the bottom if you have like 12 meters compared to 6 meters. So it's getting more and more important to have a really good flat uncracked slab the higher you go.
Well, Primekss is certainly happy to work together with you, and let's hope for many more projects.
Let's hope so.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.